Good morning. We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating. Do you agree?
Yes.
You're knowing what you're wanting. Or not. You are appreciating the contrast that helps you to define your own desires. You are beginning to understand that the contrast that sometimes you think you could do well without is actually the focusing mechanism which helps you to offer a vibration that summons. This contrast that you would like to get rid of really is the stuff that puts the eternalness in eternity, because without it you couldn't conclude and you could not emit those vibrational preferences. So you would not be asking from source, which means source would not be expanding through you. But because the contrast does exist and because you cannot help but move about within it, you cannot stop your formulating of preferences, whether you talk about it or not. You cannot stop preferring. It's happening at many levels of your being. And these preferences are then emitting from you. It is like desiring something and not necessarily speaking about it. You can be hungry and emitting a vibration that is calling for food. You can be overfed and offering a vibration that is asking for a ceasing of food. You can be lonely and offering a vibration that is asking for companionship. You can be overwhelmed with people in your life and you could be asking for some solitude. And whether you are talking about it or not, you and every consciousness, which includes the one-celled amoeba in the ocean, every consciousness is having its personal experience and is coming to personal, selfish, wonderful thing, conclusion, and source is answering every one of those preferences. So the real question that we're wanting to ask you here today, and your answer is so important, is, have you come to the place yet where even those unfulfilled, not yet manifested desires are pleasing to you? If you can say yes, then you may leave. If you can say yes to that, then you are now finally understanding who you are and what this creative experience is all about. If you can say, yes, of course I want more money. Yes, of course I want an improved relationship. Yes, of course I would like to live in a house that includes these other wonderful options. However, I am not unhappy where I stand. I am eagerly anticipating the universal circumstances and events which will provide the platform by which I can receive all of these wonderful things. But as I stand right here, right now, I am not unhappy about the absence of something wanted. You know, in a vibrational universe, there is no such thing as exclusion. Everything is yes. When you look at something that you want and you say yes to it, you include it in your vibration. But when you look at something you don't want and you say no to it, you include it in your vibration. If you want more money, but you are so aware that you don't have enough money, so what you're talking about is not enough money. You're talking about how expensive things are. You're talking about how that person has money and they don't deserve it. They inherited it from their dead mother. Never had to work a day in their life. They have no real work ethic. They're just rich buggers. When you have those feelings that feel bad to you when you feel them, when you think thoughts that feel bad when you think them, you're not a vibrational match to what you think you want. You cannot be beating the drum of not enough money and writing affirmations, I want more money, I will have more money is making its way to me, because the way you feel is your true indicator of what your vibrational offering is. And there are so many of you who are offering contradictory vibrations. And do you know, that's the only thing that ever hinders you. It's the only thing that keeps you from the things that you are really wanting. It doesn't matter what anybody else is doing with their vibration. That does not affect you. It only matters what you are doing with your vibration. So you cannot desire something and notice that it isn't coming without offering two contradictory vibrations that won't let it come. Interesting, isn't it? So how do you get something that you don't have? You've got to stop feeling grief over not having it. You've got to be all right about not having it. You've got to get excited about the evolution of your experience. You have to develop an attitude and really mean it that says, I'm wonderful, things are perfect as they are and getting better every day. You have to feel it and really mean it, because if you're saying it and don't mean it, if you're saying it and you don't feel it, then you've got contradictory vibration going on within you. You cannot feel overwhelmed and have things get easier. Your overwhelmment is your indication that you're offering a vibration that is not letting it get easier. And you can complain all day, every day. You usually do. You can get all kinds of people to help you. It won't help you. You can put all kinds of action into place. There's not enough action in the world to buck your contradictory current. So, we call this gathering the art of allowing, but what it really is the art, the game, the process, the method of cleaning up my vibration. That's what it is. It's cleaning up my vibration so that when I say I want something, I'm a vibrational match to what I say I want, not to its opposite. Now, when you think about it, when do you most want more money? When something has happened that makes you aware that you don't have enough. So, right off the bat, you're fighting an uphill battle, aren't you? When do you most want to be well? When do you make your affirmations? When do you write it down? When do you resolve, besides New Year's Eve? When do you resolve that things will get better for you? Isn't it always when they are at their heightened worst place? So we want to help you let yourself off the hook by acknowledging that, of course, there's going to be contradictory energy when you are standing in the middle of something you don't want. And isn't it a wonderful thing that standing in the middle of something that you don't want makes you clarify what you do want? This is a wonderful first step. But now, this experience, whatever it is, you got sick, you got a diagnosis, you can't pay your bills, your cat got run over, your lover left you, something has happened that has brought you to a sharpened awareness that you want improvement. And what we want you to hear is that that sharpened awareness means so very much. Because if you can begin in your heightened awareness that there is something that you want to beat the drum of what you want, now you've got it. In other words, something happened which makes you know that you want something different. If you can begin to talk about that something different and sort of flesh it out with examples or memories, or ask your friends, have you had any successful experience relative to this? What will begin to happen in the moment of your awareness of your heightened desire is you will begin to clean up your vibration, and the universal forces will begin to deliver circumstances and events to show you evidence that you are beginning to clean up your vibration. If you don't, you just stand in this tortured place where things continue to be pretty much as they are. Different places, different faces, but the essence of what you're living does not change very much, you see. We are eager to talk with you about anything that is important to you.